Hello everyone, this is Carl Shiflett, and this short video is on the new design time features of the grid control for both WPF and Silverlight. So we've added some new features to the grid, and like I said, in both WPF and Silverlight, but in order to get the features, you have to have installed Visual Studio 2010, of course, and then also the latest version of the Silverlight tools for Visual Studio. So in order to get those, you just go to silverlight.net, which I've done here, and you click on Getting Started. And if you haven't done this, you need to do this. And right here you'll see there's a link where it says Silverlight 4 Tools for Visual Studio. And you click this link and it'll take you out, and you're going to see what you have to download here. And this is the date on it, 5/13/2010. So if you don't have the latest version, then you'll want to make sure you install this. The WPF and Silverlight Designer team puts new software and also fixes inside of these downloads of the Silverlight tools, and so you always want to make sure, even if you're strictly a WPF developer, make sure you stay up with the latest version of the Silverlight tools. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the features that they've added. So to do that, what I'll do is I want to introduce you to some context menus that we've added. And so what I'm doing, I'm just going to right click on any control inside my grid, and in this case I'm on the second row, and the features that we've added, one of them is this grid row context menu action. And so what we've got here is we've got a insert before, insert after. Allows me to insert a row before, after. I can take the current row, move it up or down, or I can go ahead and delete the current row. All right, and we've done the same thing for the column: insert before, after, delete. And then reset layout is not new, but one part that is new is reset row definitions and column definitions. And what this will do, this will actually remove all the row definitions for the current grid, and this will remove all the column definitions. So if you needed to do that, there's a shortcut for doing that. Alright, so in this case, try to use a real-world example where we've got a little form, and what we need to do is put the middle name right here. Alright, so how do we do that? Well, in the past, it was a little bit of quite a few steps to insert a row. Well, let me show you how easy it is now. So you can get your cursor over a certain row that you want to put another row above it, and you just right-click, grid row, insert before. And we can see now we've got a fixed size row inserted above the row we were working with. So now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to draw ourselves a label. And we won't worry about the size right now because that'll all get sorted out in just a minute. And then we'll go ahead and we'll draw ourselves our text box. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and click on my label and my text box. And I want to right click on them and set Reset Layout All. And you can see now what that'll do, that'll remove all the margins, and it will remove all of the alignments and everything. So now my row is fixed size. See how that 29 right there, in fact what I can do is kind of just zoom in to kind of give you a little bit more of a picture. See how right here I've got this 29? Well, what I want to do is I want to make this row auto, so I'll put this back to 100%. So click auto, and now that row is set at auto. Now both the label and the text box are still selected, so over here you can see I've got margin already selected, and I can just hit a 6, and now the label, see that label looks just like the other labels. Now all I have to do is come over here and set my content here, and I say middle name, and presto, I'm all done. So I was able to easily insert a row or a column. Now let's say that they wanted gender moved up above email. Well, what I can do is I can click on the gender row, right click, row, move up. And you can see how I moved gender up and email went down. So basically you're just moving rows up and down. So this has been a really short video. I guess I should show you one more feature. So let's say that you wanted to add another column over here. Well, what you can do is you can right click, grid column, insert after. So now what's happened is you have this new row. I'm sorry, we've inserted a new column, and now you can continue to, you can drag and drop new controls in there or work on your form. Now this feature, once you use it, sometimes you have to make a few adjustments to your form, but it's a lot easier doing this than what we had to do before. So I think you'll all agree with that. If you don't like what you did, you can, let's say that you want to delete this column, grid column, you can say delete, and it'll move that column. I'll just go ahead and realign my button back where it was, and back in business. So I think you'll agree that this is a really nice features that have been added. Hope you enjoy them, and have a super day. Thank you.